All right, guys, Palantir stock is selling off today, down 1.6%, as a lot of stocks are selling off, and as the entire market is pretty much all over the place. The Dow's down, the Russell's down, the S&P's barely up, as the what's left? The Nasdaq, yeah, it's up 0.25%, as the VIX is down 0.75%. So, guys, we're going to break down Palantir, run through the charts, what I'm doing, where I see it going in the short term, and I want to break down some other stocks I'm looking at, the indexes. So hit the like button, subscribe, join the free email stock newsletter. It's free, and check out my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio. Weekly updates. I actually just posted one earlier today. You get access to the Discord, plus more. All of that is on Patreon down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in. And now let's dive into it. So currently it's about 3:15 p.m. We're slowly wrapping up the day here on what's today? I'm losing track of the days. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, it's always interesting when you have a holiday. You know, with Monday we had Labor Day, right? The market was closed. It always throws off your week, right? So today's Wednesday, and we're about 45 minutes away from close, and Palantir is down almost 2% after it was up a good chunk earlier in the day. If you guys were watching it, and I'm sure you noticed, if you looked in your portfolio, it was up 2.5% this morning, but since that point, well, it's been on a straight up downtrend. We hit 161 at about 10:30 a.m. East Coast time, so about an hour into the session, we hit 161. Then we dropped all the way to where we are now, 154. So we're down $7 or about 4.5% intraday here. So clearly, what I'm getting at here, guys, clearly we're seeing resistance in the low 160s, which has been the case here on the stock, as I'm sure a lot of you know, especially if you've been watching the channel. Just in general, between even the high 150s, honestly, between the high 150s to about 165, that $5, $6, $7 window, that's been a big tough spot for the stock recently. And you'll realize that the more we pull back the layers. Here you're noticing on the 5-day, 5-minute, we're now dumping back under both moving averages. We have a death cross. Clearly, we're getting rejected at about 160, 162. You're noticing that on the 30-minute even more. I mean, guys, look at this. If I get the channel tool out and simply just draw this right here, it's pretty obvious what's going on. You know, we got hit at 162, which we got hit there exactly on the 27th of August, on the 26th of August, on the 22nd of August, and now we're at a big support as I'm making this video at 153.4-ish dollars. That's where we've held pretty much steadily, other than that one-off drop to 142 back on the 20th of August. So this stock has been trading sideways, 154.3-ish as support, with resistance at 162. Eventually something's going to give. Eventually something's going to give, whether we take out this point right here, right, or we start rebounding back to where we were just this morning, which it almost looks like Palantir wants to go lower. It kind of seems like it wants to go lower. It keeps trying to break out, but it's failing, and we're noticing the head and shoulders, which you guys are probably sick of me saying this by now. You're like, Stas, we get it, head and shoulders, blah, 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 but you got to pay attention to it, because it's pretty clear what's going on here, in my opinion, guys. It seems like the right shoulder of the head and shoulders is forming. Now, does that mean for sure it's going to play out? No, not necessarily. I mean, it could dump a little more, and that's all it is, right? But it's something that you can't ignore. You can't just look at this and be like, oh, just ignore it. That's not a good idea, because it's pretty obvious. You guys see the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder's right here, and it goes back to 152. If we fall through that channel that we showed, or I showed on the previous time frame, that's where things could get ugly. If we fall through that point, and that's where the head and shoulders would play out. It could get us down to the 140s, maybe high 130s. But that's if we break under, excuse me, guys, 150 to 152. we shall see. So I'll set my alert there right now at $152 a share. Mark is at or below. So I want to get alerted if we break through that point. That, again, could signal, all right, maybe this head and shoulders plays out, maybe some more downside. But we're not quite there yet, although we are seeing obvious signs of, maybe more downside here as the stock's down 2% and all the other things we mentioned. But even with that being said, guys, if I get the handy dandy channel tool out, you can see right here, Palantir is still holding pretty steady. I mean, is it not? Even though we have that head and shoulders, even though we have the death cross on the 4-hour chart, the stock is still looking good in this channel. It's holding it. Bulls are still, in the grand scheme of things, in charge. So I feel like, if we take the neckline out, 162 to 165, this could easily go the other direction, which is why it's like it's a clear waiting game right now. And if you want to wait for the breakout in either direction, or the dump in this case if it goes down, you got to watch the 30-minute chart. Draw out this channel, set your alerts, and just keep an eye on it. That's it. That's what it comes down to. Look at this channel I'm about to draw out. Draw this out, set your alerts, keep an eye on it. So I put an alert at 152. I'll do another one at 150. Mark is at or below. And then I'll do another one at $162. Mark is at or above. So we'll see if it's able to get out of there. And actually, I'll do another one, might as well, at $165 per share. So 4 alerts are set. We'll see what direction this thing wants to pick, and we'll go from there. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And by the way, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Follow along for more content. I appreciate you all as we're on the road to 100,000 subs here on YouTube. It's going to take a while. I'm cool with that, and I need your guys' help. I really do appreciate all your support, as always. So, yeah, Palantir is down, man. 2% red day. And the great thing is, when you're buying individual stocks, hopefully you have a couple of them. You don't go all in on one stock or 2 stocks. I don't personally invest like that. So if you have a basket of stocks, which I do, you're going to have some that, are down on a day, but you're going to have some big winners, So today, yeah, it's a mixed bag type of day. Palantir is down, but look at these other names going up. Google is up 9%, which I know we've covered it a lot today, but it just keeps on going. The resiliency in the stock today is insane after yesterday's after-market rip, bounce, if you will, after they, essentially are not going to have to be forced to sell Chrome, which is great for the business overall, the ad business. So the overhang on Google is gone now, and the stock, although it has been up a lot, I mean, I'm not going to be like Google's been down, it's up massively recently, but the overhang is gone. Now it seems like the stock's revaluing itself to where it should have been, without this risk of Google Chrome, being sold. Now that that's out of the window or out the picture, it's like, all right, let's revalue this stock. Let's go up 10%. And this is what ultimately I figured would happen. One of the reasons why I was buying the stock. And here we are. It's up like 20 bucks, 10%. Beautiful. And a lot of other names are moving. Apple's moving as well on this news, up around 3.2%, $7, breaking out to multi-month highs. And it seems like, guys, yeah, now Apple's recovered. Believe it or not, you would think, oh my God, the trade war, tariffs. Apple has now recovered all of the losses and some from the April crash. So back in April, Apple went from 223 down to 168. You guys see right here, right? 223 to 168 in the span of like 3, 4, 5 trading days, 25% drop. And now we're at 237. So we've recovered above 223. Now we're pushing all-time highs. And to be honest, I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys that tune in every day or watch my videos, that I called this thing out at $200. I mean, I didn't buy it, to be honest with you all. You can't buy all the stocks out there, but this is one that was pretty obvious, I put money elsewhere, it is what it is, but this is one that if you took a swing at it, even at 180, man, I was looking at the stock under 200. At 180, 190, I was like, yeah, this is pretty easy money. I should have bought. So I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't buy any, and here it is at 235. So there are some stocks out there that when they tank 20-30%, it's almost, I don't want to say easy money. That's like a stupid term. Nothing's easy. Nothing's risk free. You know, when you hear easy money, it's like, oh, risk free, right? No, nothing's risk free. But when it comes to like pretty good chance of making money, that's a better way to put it. You got to find those companies that are surefire bets. You know what I mean? When Apple drops 30%, no way Apple's cooked. No way Apple's going out of business. You got to buy that. You got to find those companies that are surefire bets, and that's what I like investing in overall. All my stocks that I own, when they drop 30%, I got to be all over them, or else why would I be investing in them? And luckily, we haven't seen 30% drops recently. Well, I guess we did in April, but we're gonna get more of them in the future. Got to be ready for those. But the point is, guys, Apple was a surefire bet. There's still a risk here with China, the trade war. This could easily all evaporate. These gains could evaporate if things go down, if SHIT hits the fan, if you know what I mean. But we'll see. We'll see. And overall, you just want to be invested in good quality companies with strong economic moats that, when the dip is there, you can add confidently. That's what I was trying to get to before. Whatever, I rambled a little bit, guys. And yeah, that's it. That's it for the video. With that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Oh, don't forget to join the email list. It's free email stock newsletter. And check out my Patreon. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing in my real money portfolio, not a paper account, guys, real money. We're investing thousands of dollars a month. If you guys want to be in tune with what I'm doing there, that's all on Patreon. And I actually just posted an update earlier today, linked down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.